Welcome to the Third Eye Trio. This is Mona Me, and I do have a message for the collective. Now, this may not apply to you as this is a collective reading, and so it may not apply. If it doesn't apply to you, don't force yourself in the reading. But it could be, still listen in because it could be someone who's attached to you. So, if you are receiving or you recently received an engagement ring, drop it in the comments. Let me know. So, somebody's getting or has just recently received an engagement ring for a partnership. Now, this may not be, it could be friendship, it can be, but more than likely, it's a commitment, a higher level of commitment, whether it's a promise ring. It says engagement ring, but somebody's getting a ring. So maybe it's even a brass ring. For whatever reason, I just got a brass ring. So you may be reaching for something. And remember, you did get a coffin along with this engagement ring. So you're seeing, I get the impression that you're seeing that this is an ending to something. Even though an engagement ring is a beginning, because it's the next level, next step. But that could also signify an ending of the previous level. So I'm not so much, but this is transition. But you got self-indulgence, self-worth, and you also got the palm tree and the stabbed in the back. That's what concerns me. So there's some heartbreak here. But the good news is that you're probably going to come out on top in this situation. The engagement for you signifies stability and security. However, if there's heartbreak, you know that this engagement is really not a good move for you. I don't know why. I don't know why I get it, because usually it's happy times, but this doesn't seem so happy. This doesn't seem so happy. And as I was getting ready to do this reading, there was 222 on the clock, 222, which is generally not a warning, but I think it wasn't exactly 222 on the clock when I first looked at it, but I felt myself like waiting for the 222, as if though I was waiting for some form of clarification, such as waiting for the 222 so it could apply to me, or the arrival of something like you're some confirmation that you were on the right track. But here's the problem with that. Not necessarily a problem, but 222 is generally not a warning. But if you're feeling overwhelmed when you see 222, and that's a confirmation there. So somebody is feeling overwhelmed with this engagement, and what it really signifies for you is the ending. Now I'm feeling that it's the ending of you as you know you to be, which is true, because two becomes one when you form a union. Two becomes one when you form a union. And so, but you're still like a mixture that makes one, but it's still two ingredients in that union. And that's the thing that people have to understand. It's still two people. Even if when you become married, two becomes one, but you're still who you are. And I think that may be something that you're concerned about, is losing who you are, or finding yourself in this relationship. That's why it's giving you some anxiety in this relationship, that you will lose your identity. your self-worth. And that's very easy to do in a relationship in a higher level of commitment. Forget who you are. And that's so important for you to hold on to who you are. I'm not saying, going from a girlfriend to a wife, you forget that you are still a girlfriend, or that person who was the girlfriend that's a wife, because there are some things that you will have to shed away, or like a skin, you have a higher level of commitment, so you have to elevate to that commitment, but you still don't lose who you are, because that person is, and whether you're the feminine or the masculine, or feminine, masculine, whatever role you play in that relationship, the other party is not going to completely lose who they are, and so you become one, but you don't become who the other person is. If that makes sense, it's two that becomes one. So there's still a mixture there of who you are. So, in other words, let me make this as clear as possible for you. So you don't, if one party likes to socialize, likes to travel, likes to their whole focus is getting the bag, but the other party, likes to chill life, is kind of like they just want comfort or stability. In this case, they just want stability, but they don't have to reach the heights of the bag that the other party wants. You don't have to change the fact that you just like to chill, or you're a homebody and the other person is, a socializer. Doesn't mean that you have to give up being a homebody completely, but what it means is some nights you'll socialize, sometimes you'll stay at home. But I think this is what the feminine, I'm saying feminine, and you place yourself where you fit. The feminine party in this relationship is really, in this union, is really feeling this anxiety of giving up who they are accustomed to being. So there's also some backstabbing in this relationship, in this union, I'll say. Some pain, separation, and deception. And that's why I see the coffin here, I believe, because it's an ending, but it brings new beginnings. And so this is the other possibility here. You may feel that you need to take care of yourself, heal yourself. It's time for you to heal, because you don't want this ring, because you already are privy to the information about the backstabbing, the heartbreak, the pain. And this may have been part of the previous level. So this engagement ring was to prove that they were ready to go to the next step. So this is what I'm seeing here, okay? I'm seeing that the engagement ring was simply to put a band-aid on the backstabbing. So somebody was really, and it's really over. Whether you go through this or not, it's over. Because even if you put the ring on, put a ring on the finger, or however they say, if you like it, then you ought to put a ring on it. Even if you give that person a ring after the betrayal, the betrayal is still there. But for some people, that says, okay, that's good enough. It's good enough for the moment, but not for the long run. See, sometimes walking away is the only option, not because you want to make someone miss you or realize that they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself enough to know that you deserve better. And that's what Spirit wanted to tell you. And and I think one of the reasons that you're going through with it, the person that you're possibly in this relationship or entering this next level, which is really not a next level, because you know about the backstabbing. You know that that's either a possibility or a reality, that this person is going to cause you pain, cause you pain, or deception. They're not gonna be true to you, in other words. And sometimes you just have to walk away, and it's not to say I got you, but it's to say I got me. I got me. And that's your step. But you're looking at other people going through it, and people are good for saying things like, girl, or guy, if I were you, I would overlook that kind of thing. But you know what? They're not you. So make your own decisions there. And so Spirit is saying you need to ignore what everyone else is doing and achieving. Your life is about breaking your own limits and outgrowing yourself to live your best life. You're not in competition with anyone else. Plan to outdo your past, not other people. So basically, Spirit is telling you to do you. Do you, and whatever your inner voice, whatever it is that you are finding that's important for you, that in this situation, do it. Do it. I mean, if walking away is what you feel is important, that's what you need to do. If staying and sticking it out is what you feel is important, that's what you do. But you do you, and not compete or not try to keep up with everybody else, because they have to live their life, you have to live your life, and nobody's going to live your life when it's hard. They want to live your life when it's easy, when it's good. They don't want to say, I got it, put me in, coach, when it's all bad. If they do, they're probably not your friends anyway, because they want what you got. So you have to make that decision. You have to walk that walk. So consult your higher power, and consult your higher self. Listen to your inner voice and do you. So now I have this. This is a. Let me just get a clarification here on that to make sure that I was on the right track there. Yeah, but ignore what everybody else is doing. Just focus on yourself. Vortex of change. Engage with the vortex of change, where energy swirl in transformative dances, molding anew. Give me clarification on that. Sculpture of self. I don't know. I think you're feeling like you're making a mess of things. My cards are falling all out of my hands, but that's okay. But sculpture of self. So that's you doing you. Shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. So that's you doing you. Nobody can do you better than you. Nobody. And so even if what you're doing does not align with somebody else's life, with somebody else's choices, with somebody else's accomplishments, somebody else's achievement, people look at getting married, marrying well, meaning marrying wealthy, as an accomplishment, as an achievement, but you've done nothing to earn that, you know. And so I tell you, what you do is you put yourself in the best position where you are the whale to be married. And but you doing you, however that looks, will lead you to a happier life. And whatever you choose, your wish will be granted. Be here now. So basically, be here now, meaning practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain insight. So I say that that suggests that, you know, just being you is enough, and hold on to who you are, even when you're mixed in the mixture of a we. You still have to be who you are. And if you find that you're having to change all of who you are to be a part of a we, you're in the wrong crowd. Whether that's in a relationship, whether that's in a friendship, a partnership, whatever you call it, if you have to change all of you to be a part of we, that you've taken a wrong turn. You know, there are going to be some things that you're going to shed, but you shouldn't have to change all of you. So balance. So Alice, of balance. Seek equilibrium in love and career, harmonizing your inner scale to weigh decisions with both heart and mind. So that's, you know, Spirit is advising you to make sure that, you know, you balance it out. You know, you don't have to become somebody else totally. That's not what you were meant to do. That's not what you, not to say that we don't all have room for improvement, but you cannot change all of you to become a part of a we or an us. Because really, what you become is a part of them, or you become them. So it's important to maintain who you are in order for this to work. So I'm just going to find your energy, which I see what your energy is there, and then we'll go from there. You're the Chariot. You're the Chariot. Move forward. So in the course of the next few days or your journey, you're going to present probably as a King of Cups. And that's, with this, next to this, I say loving yourself. The King of Cups knows how to love, and he is caring, and that's who you need to be. You need to move forward if you need to. This is an action card here, but loving yourself is important. And what is the energy level after you love yourself, or you find that love for yourself? Let's Spirit. Thank you. Oops. The Moon. You may find some things out about yourself that you didn't even know. And they may find out some things about you that they didn't even know. And you're going to want to walk away, or they may want to walk away, but you're going to move to calmer waters once you find this out about yourself. So I'm thinking that you're going to move to calmer waters after you find out about yourself. Because, you know, the truth of the matter, you may have secrets about yourself that you aren't necessarily aware of. Let's see. And you're going to start anew. Now, Page Page of Pentacles, that's a new you're gonna learn about yourself, and that's probably, this seems, I get kind of a hermit type of mode. You Okay, this is something that I used to say when I was a younger adult, much younger, teenage to just transitioning from teenage to young adult, adolescent. So basically, I used to say this, it's important for me to build me, to find out who I am before I can become a us. So I had to get myself together before I became a part of a union, a partnership, or a higher level of commitment. That was very important to me. And I'm thinking that's something that you need to do. Even when, and that you may be dealing with a Capricorn, or something that you may uncover, and I got this before, something that you may uncover is that you have some type of obsession, addiction, and some of these, there are a lot of obsessions or addictions. It may be to a person, it may be to sex, it may be to food, it may be to drugs, controlled substances or whatever. But you may find that that's who you are. And when I see this underneath, Knight of Wands, either you or your partner may have a sex addiction. Those are the things that you're probably going to find out. So if this resonates with you, I don't expect you to put yourself down in the chat or in the comments. But if it resonates with you, this is very significant. Now, just know that when I say the Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands is somewhat, a playboy, or play girl, or just knows how to have a good time, that kind of way. But with the Devil card there, then that's probably this level of commitment that we talked about, the engagement ring. That's what you found out possibly about that person, that they had a sex addiction, or an addiction or obsession that's related to sex. That's why you wanted to walk away. So that's why Spirit told you sometimes walking away is the only option. Not because you want to make someone miss you or realize they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself to know you deserve better. This person, move forward. This is an actual action card telling you to move forward. This is an action card telling you to move forward. Go to calmer waters. And you're going to probably walk away from this once you realize that you deserve better. Because even if you take that ring, if you and you know what, that ring looks like it's going to be big, pretty, shiny, maybe expensive, but if you don't feel that you can take that ring, I don't want to say in the way that it was given. Sometimes it's kind of a Hail Mary. Sometimes people will give you something just to keep you there, and that's this guy. Sometimes people will give you something to keep you there, to hold on to you, but that's not real. Don't take it out of I'm gonna take this ring and I'm still not gonna marry. No, don't take that ring if you don't intend to do what that ring signifies. Don't take it. Have the courage. And I did see on the bottom of this deck, have the courage, the strength to walk away, or to put yourself first. Choose you. Choose you in this situation, because you're going to want to do it anyway. And if you've lost yourself, you're going to try to start all over again anyway with the Page of Pentacles. But that's okay. You're going to end up at this point. You're going to end up at ground zero anyway. Because when I say ground zero, you're going to learn your lessons. You're going to learn your lessons the hard way, or, the smart way. You're going to learn your lessons. So I think your message here is what Spirit had to say in the beginning. Walking away is the only option. And it's because you finally respect yourself enough to know you deserve better. You deserve better. Okay, that's what I have for you. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Mona Me with the Third Eye Trio. I will see you in the next video. Please and thank you.